Hi, this is Chuck Howard. Welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Solution Review. Well, boomers and retirees, this is the number one question we get from many of you all around the country, like many of you watching this, which is, how can I protect my retirement? And more importantly, what you're really asking is, how can I protect my serious retirement savings from socialism? Because folks, socialism is here. Look at what's happening. We're becoming a very socialistic country as it relates to just watching what's happening to our prices. We just had two records, right? The consumer price index hit an all-time 13-year high of increase of consumer price index increases, cost of goods and services. And then the producer price index, which just had its record, it reached a record 6.6% increase just in the month of May, its highest level in the history of tracking that index. Folks, that's a tax, although hidden, is going to unfortunately erode or risk the erosion of somebody's preferred lifestyle in retirement. But there's got to be a way to pay for all these increased prices. And companies translate that into the form of higher goods and services, but governments produce that through the form of higher taxes. So as these taxes go up and inflation goes up, it's a double whammy. I'll teach you this Tuesday how you can remove unnecessary taxes, how to outfox inflation, because you see, the number one thing that boomers and retirees are taking away from what I'll teach this Tuesday is how to get Uncle Sam out of your IRAs, how to get the IRS out of your inheritance, and how to protect yourself from your Social Security being taxed, your Medicare being taxed, or being pushed into a higher federal tax bracket. And one of the little sneaky things that this administration did just this past going into Memorial Day weekend on May the 28th, they slid in the new fiscal 2022 budget, which goes into effect in October. And they made some of the tax increases retroactive back to April. Well, folks, the time to get tax savings done, to protect yourself from your savings becoming taken over by the socialists, is getting that done in 2021. I'll teach this Tuesday. Go to retirementprotected.com. That's retirementprotected.com and register. It's a log on and learn educational webinar. Now, it's complimentary, but the spaces fill up quickly, especially with people very on guard and on edge about what this administration's next move is going to be. Well, in anticipation of that, I want to talk to you about clients like Pam out of the great state of Colorado, who reached out to us and said, Chuck, I am very concerned. I've saved predominantly all of my retirement savings, like you talk about many of us boomers and retirees, in my 401k and IRAs. And I'm concerned about not only the tax I'm going to face, but the tax I'm going to pass on to my daughter and my grandson. And the good news is she took the time, and we just helped her implement strategies, one of which is still available, although Biden's changing it. He made that announcement in May, end of May, changing after this year for a 100% tax deduction that Pam was able to use and Roth convert several hundred thousands of dollars of her IRAs to Roth IRAs at zero tax. On top of that, she reduced the tax to her Social Security. She was also able to avoid any Medicare Part B and D premiums and eliminates an inheritance tax to her daughter and her grandson. Folks, you've worked hard for your money. Protect yourself from socialism. It's here. It's coming. Look at the prices. Lumber's up 400% in the last 12 months. Used cars are up 21%. Look at what real estate is roaring up. Look at grocery prices. The time to protect yourself is now. These government-focused socialism, approached programs are the takers from the makers, or the needers from the wanters. And I want to teach you how you can protect yourself. Imagine more financial success, less stress, less worry, less tax. That's what we can control. Retirementprotected.com, retirementprotected.com.